So in this video, we are going to rip it big, and we're going to talk about possibly some Lincoln wheat cents that could be hiding in your collection. You just don't know about it. Now, I have three coins I'm going to talk about. They're all relatively early, but these are coins that pop up in collections, stuff that's been passed down to you. There might be, kind of like that long shot odds that you might have found one in change somewhere. I don't know, but these are three coins that aren't key dates. Okay, that's the caveat. That's the cool part about this video. Out of the three coins, the minimum price guide value is $65,000. But wait, that's not all. Some of the coins have sold in excess of printed price guide values. You're not going to believe how much some of these coins have sold for. So we're going to explore the three coins. We're going to talk some basic information about them and why they're so gosh darn valuable. And ultimately, the real question is, do you have one of these in your collection? Do you have one hidden in an album? It's like, the coin looks good, but you just don't know. We're going to just deep dive into some of that information. So before we go ahead and get started, as always, if this is your first time here, welcome. Be sure to hit the subscribe button on the way out if you enjoy my content. We talk about coins and currency. I love talking about money. It's one of those things that brings me joy and just kind of makes the whole world go around. And I'm sure a few of you probably would feel the same way. Feel free to like the video if you enjoy it, and then share the video. All right, if you got your favorite social media platform that you like to use, yeah, go for it. Let her rip. But thank you for joining. We're going to go ahead and dive right in to probably the one coin that prompted the conversation in the first place. And it just so happens that it's mere coincidence that there's a certain sale going on right now, a pretty high-profile auction hosted by Heritage Auctions. Okay, they're one of the big auction sites when it comes to collectible sales. Not just coins, but, they sell things like sports cards and fine art and comic books and, you name it. They even do, graded video games, for crying out loud. So they are one of the biggest auction platform marketplaces on the internet. So right now, Heritage Auctions is hosting the Central States Numismatic Show. They do it the same time every year, and I'm happy to say that they have it going on. One of the premier featured coins on the Central States Show is the 1916D Lincoln wheat cent that you see on screen. Now, again, I am going to stress that this is not a key date. This is a coin that, believe it or not, let me just go ahead and detail a few of the things about it. 35,956,000 pieces were produced. By no means low mintage. Okay, it's a little bit lower compared to like today's standards, but this is an easily obtainable coin in nice grades. Now, this is a coin that you could purchase at Mint State 63 Red for $150 to $200. Let that soak in a little bit. What really is a game changer for this coin is going to be the grade. All right, so the Mint State 63, fine. You could buy one of those for a couple $100. You might get lucky and possibly cherry pick one that is far nicer than what a coin dealer or someone online is selling it for. So you could have the potential to make some really big money, a really nice, genuine flip that's going to just put a permanent smile on your face. But this is a beautiful coin. But there are a few things about it that, maybe might cast a little doubt into, just being able to, just grade the coin, I guess. There's some dark areas here. This is a full red coin that we're looking at, but this is the one coin that's for sale right now, and it's fetching a lot of money. I mean, a lot of money, real life-changing money. It has a few nicks, it's got a little dark carbon spots, and, there's a few things on the coin. So, this would trick a lot of people, especially when you're comparing it to the modern age of Lincoln cents. All right. So, this is the coin that we just looked at. PCGS Mid-State 67 full red, CAC certified. PCGS is is one of the premier authentication companies, or greater, alongside NGC. They're like 1A, 1B. They encapsulate your coins, and then they assign a grade point average, or a grade average, or a grade point. Jeez, can't even talk today. But this is what a coin would look like if you sent it out for grading. All right, pretty nice. So here's a coin that is currently on sale on Heritage Auctions at the Central State Show, which ends the week of April 23rd. All right, so there's a ton of other coins, but this one is simply magical. Go ahead and observe the amount of money it is currently bid up to. $36,000. Now, if you want to, kind of get real, it's actually $43,200, because the person that purchases and becomes the final bidder, I guess, the winner of this coin, will have to pay the buyer's premium. All right, and usually it's about, I don't know, 15 to 20%, give or take. So right now, let's say if this coin sold at $36,000, the individual that purchased it would have to pay $43,200 plus tax plus shipping. All right, so it all adds up. But take a look at that number. That's a lot of money. That's like brand new, really nice car territory type money. All right, so that's the 1916D. All right, not a key date, but it gets a little tricky once the grades get high. All right, and then sometimes you just really can't tell, because on these older coins, full red, it doesn't mean it has to be completely 100% full red. I mean, this coin has a few things that I feel like in a modern day coin would probably knock it back down to a Mid-State 64. All right, so the requirements are a little bit different, so keep that in mind as you're looking through your coins for stuff like this. All right, so the next one I wanted to talk about is this 1917S. Now, this one actually looks worse than the 1916D that you saw before. Now, again, this coin right here, once you get past 1915, because the 1915S is what I would consider to be kind of like the final semi-key date for this particular decade of Lincoln wheat cents. But 1917S, okay, don't let the S trick you or fool you or scare you away. This is actually a relatively common coin. 32,620,000 pieces of this particular date and mint mark were produced. If you wanted to buy a really nice coin for like your album, you want it to be kind of, full red, expect to pay about $160 to $180 for one example that's in Mid-State 63 red. All right, that seems very reasonable for this particular date of coin. Okay, now where it really gets tricky is when you jump up a few grade points. All right, the highest top pop grade of this coin is Mid-State 66. All right, so it's even more difficult to find this one in grades higher than 65. The 16D that we saw before this coin was a Mid-State 67, in which only 2 are known at that grade level. This one right here, in a 66, only 1 is known. That makes it pretty rare. But people really don't pay much attention to whether or not they have a coin that looks like this, with all the little spots, and then you have this toning kind of carbon spot here, and then you have little stains on the reverse and all that stuff. But this is the coin right here that graded out Mid-State 66. Pretty incredible. Now, PCGS has a price guide value on this coin at $82,500. All right, the one lone example in Mid-State 66 hasn't even gone to sale. So there is no recorded sales data of the top graded 17S yet. This is a coin that probably would exceed $82,500. So definitely keep an eye out for this coin. Again, not rare, it's not a key date, and it's very available in some of those higher grades. All right, and then the final coin in the bunch, okay, is one that is kind of tricky. All right, because it's a 1914. However, this is the San Francisco minted example. Most collectors would trip up and say that this one is tough to find because it shares the same date as the Denver Mint key date coin. All right, so the 1914D Lincoln wheat cent is a coin that in itself in a top grade, and we're talking mint state 66 plus, I believe is the top grade for a 1914D, is a $150,000 coin. Now, that's pretty unreasonable. So let's talk about the San Francisco minted 1914 Lincoln Wheat Cent. Now, this one right here has a pretty good mintage figure as well, although it's lower than the previous two coins. 4,137,000 pieces were made, okay? But yet, this is a coin that if you wanted to buy a really nice, respectable, high-grade mint state coin, like mint state 63, this is a $450 to $500 coin. And oftentimes, you could probably buy something that looks like the coin on screen. You know, there's carbon spots in a few areas. The strike is not as strong on this one. You have weakening here in America. And then on this rim right here, you have some weakness. I mean, it's not what I would consider to be a pristine gem of a coin. This is, you know, a coin that is 106 years old. So, do you have a coin that looks semi-close or, you know, somewhere relatively close to this example here, whether it's in the teens or 20s? Because they're all pretty valuable. That's a question. Check out your collection. So, the top grade of a 14S is mint state 66 full red, in which only 3 examples exist. Now, here's a prime example of a coin in which the price guide value, by the way, in 66 is $90,000. It's the highest out of the 3 in this bunch. However, the top sale was on Bowers and Morena about a decade ago for $105,800. So it beat out the price guide value by over $15,000. Sometimes the price guide value is irrelevant, right? It's what someone's willing to pay for your coin. But this is a really, really valuable coin, all right, with some warts, all right? This is a coin that's entirely possible to find in a collection that was passed down to you. You just never know. I would definitely check out and see if you have something that looks like this. Now, here's the graded example. I mean, it's a 66 red. However, the coin looks a little bit brown. Okay, that's kind of typical for this decade of Lincoln Wheat Cents, is that a little bit of brown is okay. The graders will still assign a full red if it comes, you know, comes with more red than it does brown. Okay, so, you know, there's a little bit of tomfoolery that could, you know, possibly trip up some people that aren't as well versed in spotting or grading these early Lincoln Wheat Cents. So that's going to do it on this one. So we got the 16D that's for sale on Heritage Auctions currently. Let's see where that one ends. Okay, let's see if it gets close to the $65,000 price guide value. That should be exciting. And then we have the 17S. Okay, the most plentiful coin out of the 3, and one of the most valuable too at $82,500. Check and see if you have one. And then we also have the 1914S, the 1914D's younger brother, okay, which has a price guide value of 90 grand, and it's worth a lot more if you have that top grade. So I want to thank you guys for joining in on this video. I'm your host, Sean, with Blue Ridge Silverhound. Make sure you hit the like, share this video, and subscribe to my channel on the way out. I appreciate your guys' time. Have fun with the hunt, enjoy the hobby, and best of luck. Hopefully you have one of these big dogs in the house. All right, take care, and I'll see you on the next one.